Good evening and welcome to today's edition of Diction Avenue, the show where you learn how to speak right, and sound English. If I may say, the only avenue on television where you learn to speak in the right diction. My name is Abigail Anaba and I'm your host on the show today. On the show today, we will be taking all our usual segments. We'll be talking what's new on the avenue this week. We're discussing the sound. That's a short O sound. We'll also be taking a question from one of our viewers on Ask Anything English. And of course, we'll be taking stories that teach. And I'm sure you're going to learn something from the story for today. So right off, we are going to start off by looking at that segment of the show where you get to participate by sending in answers to our question of the day. And say, what is our question of the day? Well, I'm sure that question will pull up right now. Yes, which of the pictures, that should be pictures and not picture, which of the pictures does not have the sound? And you have 4 pictures on display there. So which of them do you think does not have the sound? Is it A, B, C, or D? Send your answer, the correct answer to the question. Send it to the number 0805-584-9525. Remember, it's text message only to 0805-584-9525. Again, the number is 0805-584-9525. Please send in your answer and do not forget to include your name and where you're texting us from. Very important. So today we're taking the topic on the avenue. Today we're taking the vowel That's the sound of the day. And it's important that you learn how to say the sound correctly. Because for one thing, the sound is not found in most of our native languages. And that's the vowel you have right there on display. It's not found in most of our native languages. And that creates some difficulty in producing the sound. As I said, the sound is and that's vowel number 6. It's a short sound. So in length and in quantity, it is short. It doesn't have an equivalent in our native languages, as I mentioned before. So you often find that most persons will replace the sound with a sound that they are more used to. They would replace the sound with a sound that they have in their native languages. But we do not have the sound in our native languages, and we can learn how to say the sound correctly. Sometimes you hear people substitute the sound with aw. So someone would want to say pot, for instance, and end up going port, because usually we'll say aw when we have as a sound. And the reason, as I mentioned earlier, is because the sound cannot be found in our native languages. But with repeated use and reproduction, you can say the sound correctly. One thing that I tell people to do when they want to learn to say this sound is round their lips. Okay? So you start with rounded lips, like you want to say aw. So you round your lips, and then instead of saying aw, you say with rounded lips. So round your lips, if you've done that now. So that's a very easy way to learn to say the sound. Just round your lips and say instead of o. With rounded lips, try to say and you produce the sound and that's vowel number 6. Now there's spelling variants, different ways that the sound can be spelled, and I'm sure you saw the slide come up earlier. Yes, that's the slide again. There are 5 different ways that sound can be spelled. You can spell the sound with the letter A, with the letter O, which is the more the letter that is used most often when spelling the sound is letter O, but you have examples where it's spelled with the letter A, with AU. I think one word with OW, also one word that I know with OU. So these are different ways that a sound can be spelled. As I always mention when we talk about spelling variants, do not forget that when we say spelling variants, we're not saying each time you see this letter, it must have this sound. No, what we're saying is that sometimes when you see these letters, it might have the sound. So remember what is always your friend? Your dictionary. Always visit your dictionary when you're unsure. Even when you think you're sure, visit the dictionary. Because once you visit the dictionary to check out a word, you can be assured that the next time you can just go ahead and say that word because you'll be using the correct pronunciation for the word. So let's look at some word examples where these letters that we spoke about have the sounds that are mentioned. What are some word examples? Well, the very first word I have there is robin. A robin is a bird. So robin, not robin, but robin. The next word there with OU having the sound is cough. Cough. So when you're talking about having a cough, you say cough, you do not go cough. You can tell the difference between cough and cough. The first is the correct pronunciation, cough, and not cough. Another word you have there is sausage. A lot of people will go sausage, but it's not saw, it's sausage. Sausage. Again, take note that the sound is The next word we have there is the letter A having the sound, and you have the word wonder. Wonder. When you wander around, you don't wander, you wander. Wonder. Okay? And then the last word on the list there is knowledge. Take note that the OW in knowledge gives you the sound So it's not knowledge, it's knowledge. Knowledge. So you have those 5 words there: robin, cough, sausage, wonder, and knowledge, all having the O sound with different spelling variants. The AU in sausage gives you the sound All right, so that's the first 5 examples of words that contain the O. That's the sound O. Remember, round your lips as if you want to say O, but instead of saying O, you say with rounded lips, so you go O. Yeah, that's how you get the sound. That's the correct way of saying that sound. We're going to look at more word examples. We have 5 more word examples to consider, having the sound, and we're going to take a look at those word examples now. Next word we have there is common. Common. I know a lot of people say common. Common English, you don't know. No, it's common. Common. Again, the first O there has a sound. And the next word you have there is watch. Watch. So the word is not watch. You don't wear a watch, you wear a watch. Watch. Next word is stop. 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 So not stop, but stop. And then the next word we have there is wash. Not wash, but wash. And finally, we have the word frog. Frog. So the error that most people make is that they replace the sound with the sound O. And you can see that if you look at the words that we have on display there, a lot of times people will go O, come on, watch, stop, wash, frog. But that is not the right way. In fact, it takes my breath away. That is not the right way to say those words. You say the words with the sound common, watch, stop, wash, frog. So it's a good thing for you to practice saying those words correctly. Check out other word examples. A good way of identifying whether a word, especially start with the letter O, has a sound is that the O would be between two consonants or it is closed by a consonant. So if a word starts with the letter O and immediately following is a consonant in that syllable, there's a likelihood that it would have the sound A. So you can just check your dictionary to be sure that you're actually saying the right sound for the right words. Remember, if you have any questions on the topic that we just took today, which is the sound A, don't forget you can ask your questions. Just send your questions to us on Facebook. Facebook is Institute of Certified Communicators, or you can tweet at ecomng on Twitter, or you can send us an email admin@ecom.ng, or send a WhatsApp message. And the WhatsApp number is 0805 584 9525. Well, we're about to take a short break now before we bring you our stories that teach. And today we're going to be talking about a bear. But before we go on that break for stories that teach, I am going to be giving out our question for the day one more time. And let's see. The question is, which of the pictures does not have the A sound? There you get the question. Which of the pictures does not have the A sound? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? What do you think?